James here from GAMAFLARE, and the V8 Winter Series has exploded into life. Adelaide delivered fearless racing, concrete wall commitment, and a brilliant opening round that set the tone for the championship ahead. Race 1 was a test of precision around one of Australia's toughest street circuits, and when the checkered flag fell, Andrew Dutch delivered a superb drive to claim victory. Race 2 cranked the intensity up another gear. Darryl Callahan spun early. Phil Carpenter's tough night continued with a crash through turn 8, and later Chris Thomas drove casually into the barrier. Out front, it became a thrilling fight between Ryan Jones, Troy Stonestreet and Andrew Dutch. But when the checkered flag dropped, Ryan Jones held his nerve to seal a brilliant victory. Next stop, Winton. Tight, technical, unforgiving. It's a circuit where rhythm is everything. Every braking zone counts, and one mistake can cost you everything. Up next, we have Davo and J-Man from Matchfit Entertainment, ready to take you through the biggest moments from the race. Take it away, boys. Keep it pinned, stay fast, and I'll see you at the next track, legends.
Good evening, viewers, and thank you, James, for that brief breakdown of what was the very quick shakedown, a brutal shakedown at Adelaide a week ago. It is Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen, at Matchfit Entertainment. That means we are here for some iRacing, and we are here for SCNZ's 2026 V8 Supercar Winter Series. Ladies and gentlemen, like James just mentioned, we are off to Winton for round 2. I'm Davo, and J-Man always by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, great. Good evening, Davo. Evening, viewers. Thank you for tuning in. And welcome to effectively the first point scoring round of this Winter Series. And kicking it off with a bang here tonight at Winton Raceway. We're going to get right into a quali session, and it is effectively 2 flying laps, so 1 out lap and 2 flyers. They get done. We have got a wet but drying track out there at the moment, Davo, so challenging conditions for the first point scoring round of the season, and the guy's going to have to dig deep and try and work out whether it's a wet tyre or it's a dry tyre. And then we will commence into the one and only race here tonight, which will be a 55-minute race. 2 mandatory pit stops in this one, requiring 2 tyres minimum at each stop. So plenty to think about for the drivers out there. And once again, a stacked field. Dave, I haven't quite seen the number, but I can tell you what, the list is long.
It's up there. And it's up there, brother. It's up there.
Yeah.
It is tonight. So yeah, good to see.
So
yes,
school's back in class, and the guys are out there. Obviously, some big names here, and look, a place that's familiar to you and I and Matchfit. Obviously, this is the place of, I guess, our first event, and look, neat little circuit, 3 kilometres, 12 turns, steeped in history. No longer, obviously, in reality, but yeah, great circuit for these boys to kick off tonight, Davo.
Absolutely, J-Man, yes. Our first of what has proved to be an ongoing series of special events for Matchfit events, and one coming up again this weekend, viewers, on the 5th. So make sure you tune in to Matchfit Entertainment for all the action from the Mugello 450 this Sunday. Viewers, big race, stacked field, 4 hours of epic GT3 racing ahead for the boys in the Mugello 450. So yes, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification so you don't miss out. Also going live to one of our sponsors, Sky 83, on the day, J-Man. But enough of that malarkey, because the boys are out on the track right now, and we are going to see some indicative times. A little bit wet out there. Let's see if we can get the weather up there. Let me see if we can get a bit of weather graphic up there on the screen so you guys can just see what's going on there. But like J-Man mentioned, we did see some rain in a pre-race practice, and it is still drying line, J-Man, but what still looks like a fairly wet track, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and we'll get a read shortly on who's out there doing what, and look, it's going to take a minute for these guys to cycle up and get round and get us some indicative numbers. But new name for us out there, and had to sort of reach through the old commentator's notebook there to try and work that one out.
Okay. We'll get this one up on screen. Come on, J-Man. What do you got?
Well, according to my research, it's Michael Taliancic. So there you go, and he looks pretty pacey out there. Was pretty pacey in the practice session, and goes straight to the top on his first indicative lap, flying through there on a 1:30.1. So track is improving for sure. So the longer these guys stay out there, and maybe some of these guys going to hold back a little bit in this session. There is still just under 11 minutes remaining, and wouldn't surprise me at all to see a good portion of the pack trying to really hold out for as long as they can.
and it's
best of the conditions.
Absolutely, J-Man, and we're seeing that already just in the indicative times, like that you guys can see there on the tower. There is very few. So we have got, like you mentioned, a good healthy field here. We're definitely over 30 cars here tonight at Winton for round 2 in the SCNZ 2026 V8 Supercar Winter Series. But I'm telling you, 3/4 of them are still sipping lattes in the pit lane because they just want to see what the weather's doing.
Yeah, just biding their time and waiting for this one to come to them, I think, and it's not a bad play either. So there are guys out there though that have, like I said, Taliancic, Robertson, Munro, Moss, McCall already posted the first of their 2 times, and just looking to see. So he does go better, does Michael Taliancic. 29 with a 5, and that'll be his quali done. He'll probably just cycle that car back to pit lane, maybe take the opportunity to practice a pit entry. They've got to circulate that a couple of times by default here tonight once we do go to race. So good looking field. See Jensen Bade was speedy here early, so looking for that car. Look for the 44 Mustang to feature, still sitting in pit lane by my calculation. And every driver that's laid a time up to this point, Davo, I can tell you is on a wet tyre. Not to say anybody else that's maybe cycling up right now isn't on a dry, but wet is the option so far.
Yes. I don't even think we can bring up tyre data on our... Oh, here we go. Yes, here we go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Davo just found the button.
Got the buttons, mate.
We got the buttons. So there you go. Tyre compound, clearly with the W there as referencing the wet tyre compound there, J-Man. No surprise, like you mentioned. No,
not at this early stage. However, I did see a handful of drivers at the back end of that previous session really reach for that slick tyre, that dry tyre, and really just start to push it and see what they had underneath them. And look, the dry line is going to get better, so it's just whether or not they can stay on that line as much as they can and try and extract something from it. It's going to make it quite exciting towards the back end of this qualifying session with around just under 8 minutes remaining. So it's going to get pretty busy pretty quick. So those guys that have all hung back, the byproduct of that is they are going to have a fair bit of traffic, as we see the first dry tyre come into play with Trent Bennett Sr., and he goes 2.1 seconds quicker on a 27.4. So that tells you the option tyre is definitely the dry.
Yeah, very much durable. And Trent Bennett Senior, or Sir Trent Bennett, is the man to, well, throw his hat in the ring here and give it a crack on the dry tyre. And hasn't it paid off 100% already, J-Man? Dutchy, a name we are all familiar with, should I say. Andrew Dutch out on track at the moment. A few other names that will start to pop up as this qualifying session winds down. J-Man, I think we've got less than 7 minutes here to run in this, so they want to pull the proverbial finger out, wouldn't they, and get out there and get on track and get it done.
Yeah, too true, too true.
So, just got the Rian Leonage car on camera at the moment, and there is some fairly strict rules about, you know, the way these guys conduct themselves in qualifying. So Rian will be more than aware of that. No stranger to SCNZ's rulebook, as we would hope all of the drivers have read and the accept terms and conditions to the entry.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So plenty of debris at this stage of the qualifying procession at the moment as well too. So obviously with the cars before them having run off, there is a fair bit of gravel and stuff on the road. So just that'll be a factor as well. And some of it is on that dry line. So challenging. First one up, Davo.
Absolutely. Time ticking away for the drivers as we speak. Only 2 dry tyre shod cars in that list, as you can clearly see, viewers. Bennett and Carpenter, actually, who just snuck across the line for the second best time here so far. Provisionally, I will remind you, because the time is ticking and we've got under 5 minutes to go, and I'm sure we're going to see more. And we are going to start to see some movement in those times there pretty damn quickly. There goes Mr. Gunstone. No surprise, Gunstone on the dry tyre as well.
Yeah, and cooked it after that though. He, I don't know whether that was his 2 laps done, but certainly didn't make turn 1 the next time through. But 27.4, it's a good number.
Rian heading into this little tricky little final complex here. It's just a couple of double rights there, easy to get tangled up on the ripple strip on the exit there for the pit lane, or the entry, should I say, to the pit lane, and across the line.
Oh, good number. 25 with a 3. That's impressive. Mandela Clark 26 with a 3, so still holds just under a second margin, does Rayhan.
So
not sure who he's shadowing.
It is a bit of a tense qualifying session, to be honest, J-Man. I think with this, the sort of varying conditions, I suppose you could call it. So we see Leonage, Pepperell, no surprise to see Pepperell, Jensen Bade, Mandela Pluck, Leon Fox, Michael Gunstone, Bennett, McNamara, and Carpenter, all running times now onto the leaderboard. And obviously they're just, you know, waiting a little bit before you go out. Scenario is clearly working for the boys that have just snuck in that extra Red Bull, or that extra latte, like I said, and now.
Ooh, just watch Rian coming into pit lane there, and just how wet it's been out there. Just ducked a left rear onto the grass on the entry, and I'll tell you what,
did he tag the wall?
Trim. No, he didn't tag the wall, but it certainly would have cost him some time if that was in a race situation. One of his control pit stops about to be a factor. Jensen Bade on a second lap does the business. Oh, and gets
J-Man.
Russell Pepperell drops into the 24s, so that's impressive. So we can see it here in the closing minutes. The track certainly has lit up deluxe for the guys. So Pepperell over Bade now.
Yeah, so interesting mix of on the tower there, J-Man. A couple of names that we would expect to maybe be down the list, maybe only just a couple, but in fairly healthy position. These guys know who they are, and I think that again, just that little hesitation to roll out onto track early in the qualifying has played dividends, and track position will be critical around Winton. It is a tricky place to pass with all the switchback corners through most of the circuit.
Yeah, Ian Parker just did a nice job there. 25 with a 6 to go P5. Will Brown, P4.
Bade and Pepperell still on track, J-Man. They're actually nose to tail. It's Bade to the pit lane, as is Pepperell. They are done and dusted. Can't rule out William Brown. He's actually slotted himself into 4th provisionally as well. Ian Parker, Stephen Banks in 6th, Mandela Pluck in 7th, Forbett 8th, Blake Greenhall and Heath Marn 9th and 10th respectively. And as we start to wind down here, Heath Marn in one of those awesome Auto FI cars. Camel inspired liveries, stunning looking work there, and the Auto FI logo on the side, well suited. Very, very nice stuff. Parker also rocking that particular livery as well. Sister cars there. So nice work from the boys. That's a session over, ladies and gentlemen. We will just quickly run through the top 10 at least for you. We do have limited time, obviously. Pepperell and Bade sharing the front row. Leonage Brown sharing the second row. Parker and Banks on the third. Then we have Mandela Pluck, Roger Forbett, Blake Greenhall, and Heath Marn, should I say, rounding out the top 10. There is many, many more, as you can see there. That tower only goes to 28 or something, and I know there is more guys on in the server at the moment. We are, like I said, always strapped for time here in our broadcast, so we need to get just some stuff. Also, we are going to encourage people to jump on and get involved. And if you have already signed up, please, or get the family and your fans and all your supporters to jump on Sky 83 or our channel here, Matchfit Entertainment. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification so you don't miss on that. And obviously, the best way to sign up to all of these awesome events and or the regular series here at Supercars NZ is with the new, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the new The SIMRACING Hub phone app. I do have a website, but look, get amongst that. Easy to sign up, and the boys are actually giving away some prizes as a little bit of incentive for people. I think once a month they're giving us stuff away, actually, for, you know, early access users. So jump on the SIMRACING Hub. Get your phone out, get into wherever you need to. Apple App Store, Google Play, Whatever floats your boat. Awesome
Good
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, absolutely, Davo. Well covered off as we see the car starting to formate to grid. Still got around about 45 seconds remaining for them to just tick those boxes, and we can see that weather-wise it does look to be on the improve.
Thankfully. And tonight we will make sure we've got the action on screen at the start of the race. Davo just forgets sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Forgive. But hey, look, Stackfield here, J-Man, as you can see, so I've obviously got the buttons right here now. Cars starting to form on the grid now. There, ladies and gentlemen, 30, I think we've got 36. You can count them if you like, but we are about to go green, so you're not going to have much time, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2 at Winton, SCNZ 2026. V8 Supercar Winter Series is go.
Wade on the line locker, got that thing absolutely hooked off the line over the teammate of Will Brown. Pepperell goes back to third. Ian Parker tucked up in there with Leonarge. Straight away, the action immediate off the grid into turn 1. And that's Leonarge looking to make more moves on Pepperell.
Yeah, there you go. So Pepperell back in position 2, J-Man. You can clearly see some spray still coming off these cars, and with all the side-by-side action, very tricky conditions, and they will be treading carefully, I suspect. Very clean start, J-Man.
Super clean. I mean, what else do you expect? This is...
Wow. The best of the best.
Supercar ZNZ, and we see the first one round, and I've got a feeling that's Ian Parker has gone around up at turn 7.
As they just regather themselves. I think Ed might have been tangled up in that a little bit. Jordan Moss in one of the 777 cars in amongst the group, as well as we get back to the pointy end. That is Jensen Braid, Will Brown teammate. Rian Leonard, Steve Banks, Russell Pepperell, Heath Martin, Sean McNamara in 7th, J-Man. So made some gains for Macca there. Greenall, Forbett, and Leon Fox rounding at the top 10. And it is on. Here they come round to complete the first lap. The top 3, J-Man, they have literally just stepped away from the rest of the field. Unbelievable. Like, by a lot. Banks in 4th. Pepperell obviously went backwards a little bit there.
Yep.
In that first lap. Look at that bunch there. Led by, I think it's Forbett, McNamara, Greenall, side by side with McNamara. And then it's Clark and Fox. It's just like, look at that train of cars. Second lap, shenanigans now.
That was a little bit of hip and shoulder there, and I think that was... I think McNamara in there as well.
McNamara's given away 2 positions, J-Man. Firstly to Greenhall and then Clark. They're just trying to come to grips with, again, we mentioned that slippery outside area of the track. You can clearly see the spray coming up from these cars. Again, like just... our data here, J-Man. Very, very clean start here for round 2 at Winton from the boys. Awesome stuff. Leonard on the hunt for William Brown. Ready. Banks leading the best of the rest, J-Man. Really, I'm surprised at Pepperell's backwards.
Big move, though. Big move from Rayhan. Leonage on Will Brown.
Oh, we're going to better find that on the replay.
Yeah. He is on
look
the
at that.
move. Fastest man on the circuit, 123 with a 3. And eyes forward, got the sight set on Jensen Bade right now. So
he means business, J-Man. So yeah, good tidy stuff. I mean, Brown gave him a little bit of space, not much. Leonard's was well deep under brakes. You can see how deep he dipped into the past the apex there, but Brown giving him the space to do so. Banks and Pepperell. The next little battle going on behind. And then there is this lot. Marn, Forbert, Greenhall and Pluck. McNamara has gone back another position, so definitely struggling with conditions. Bill Carpenter's been snuck past Mr. McNamara as well, and we'll get over the rear wing of McNamara's car because look, is he just the old guy in the fast lane here tonight? Because they are lining up.
Yeah, he got away to a good start, but it's just come undone a little bit, and I just see he is searching for a lot of water because he is one of the drivers on a wet tyre. Now, remembering the pit lane is due to open in around about 20 seconds, and I reckon you'll see the likes of Heath Mann, McNamara, Fox, Turner, Radford, just to name a few that I think are going to dive in early to get that first of those 2 compulsory pit stops and get rid of those tyres and get out on the dry ones. Weather at this point looks pretty good, but he is just hemorrhaging time on the race circuit at the moment, having those wet tyres on.
Absolutely, but look, when you look at the overall gain for McNamara, he is still up 3 positions on his qualifying. So
that was a big one for Gunstone. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. That was Gunstone down at turn 3, I believe, and sure what was the catalyst for that event, but
oh, that's Hughes replay. Let's see if we can pick up on the Gunstone one. Oh, we're a little bit late on it. He's actually already regaining the circuit, so that's tough for Gunstone there. Like you mentioned, J-Man. So, yeah, look, we'll just bring that gain up again on the tower there, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see the ups and downs that are already... This race is already delivering...
Actually, I spoke too soon. The rain has just started falling again. So
Well. Here we go.
Heath, Mann, McNamara and Fox may have read the weather report better than we have, mate. And this may come back to them because it is starting to come down as we speak. So the likes of Bade, Leonards, Brown and co. And
all the way.
Literally the first 8 drivers are going to start feeling this.
And so is Martin. Like we were just sort of sympathising with McNamara's exploits there, but it is Heath Mann and Sean McNamara literally going to find themselves at the top of the field here sometime soon.
Look, you're going to see some action in the pit lane for sure. No doubt about it as it keeps falling.
Okay, so we've got eyes on Bade and Leonard there, Jamin, with Will Brown. You can see him just in back of shot there. Do they sneak in now? Oh, they both stay out. What about Brown? Stays out as well. They've got this. We've got Banks and Pepperell. So we will just keep that little weather widget on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. So you can keep an eye on what's going on as well. We don't seem to have a track map up, which is no biggie. You can see clearly where they are on track at the moment. But yeah, tricky stuff. And we just see Banks pulling away from Pepperell there, J-Man. So Banks obviously dealing with the slippery conditions a little better than Russell is. And as we just picked up, coming out, I think it's turn 2 there, Pepperell very snaky off the outside ripple strip. Who is that? Just looks like Greenhall, J-Man. We are going to pick up a replay of it, but just in the background as we ducked away from that shot. Oh, and that is turn 2. That is a killer, that ripple strip on turn 2 there. Just look, we'll just let this play out a little bit longer. So that was 4, but they just stuck past. But look at that. Look at that train of cars coming up behind him.
Yeah, I think Mandela was maybe the first one who got really, really lucky with that one.
So Greenhall hasn't done too bad. He's dropped a position or 2, like you just mentioned, Mandela.
Sorry, mate, to pick up. Sorry to interrupt you there. Rayhan, in these conditions, really just closed the gap now on Jensen Bade. It is bumper to bumper for 1 and 2, and they have got a wee margin over Will Brown.
Oh, here we are, out of two here, out of two, and you see Bade there with that little, look, he literally had the car hooked up, just put the sidewall of the tyre on the whipple strip and Bade around, J-Man.
Yeah, look, gassed it up a little too early. Will Brown's going to come. Sorry, mate, little interruption there. I was just listening to race control, but nothing to see here.
Nothing to see. That's what I'll tell you what. From our view.
Very hard checking out though, mate. All of a sudden, second position becomes to a 5.8 second margin over Jensen Bade, who did manage to get that thing pointing in the right direction and stay in front of Will Brown.
And we just looked at Banks and Pepperell. Sorry to interrupt there, J-Man, have swapped positions as well.
They have, yep. I was about to lean back down there. You read my mind, Davo.
So see if we can pick up with that. Where did Banks go wrong there?
Banks is just trying to get a read. Actually, where Banks is, he's still in fourth. Oh, just picked up on a big rear lock from Stephen Banks actually, and that was down into turn 10, down into Northern BM corner, and he had the rears absolutely teetering. It looks like that thing might have a little bit of
okay, so
rear end damage or something. It looks like it's crabbing, to be honest.
He's in. No surprise. No surprise. Leonard's in, Brown in, Jensen Bade in, Banks in, Pepperell in, J-Man. As the crew that, like we mentioned, is Heath Mann and Sean McNamara are going to find themselves leading this race. And what the hell? Here we are, Shane McNamara over Heath Mann.
Yeah, Shawnee doing a nice job, and he obviously took his pain early with those wet tyres, as did Mann and Fox. But look at it now. You know, everybody reaching for those wets. I mean, rightfully so, but they've just bought themselves some track position. However, that will go towards Leonard and co, everybody else that's coming. As we see, is that Parker? Or was that, sorry, was that Parlett? I'm just trying to see who that was. Just had a big lose behind Rayhan.
This data on my screen is moving so quickly. Very happy to pick up on decisive replay. These guys, there is so much going on out on track here that even our very fancy software J-Man struggling to keep up with it all. I tell ya, what a show, what a show. And we are seeing, well, I mean, obviously with these sort of conditions, and we saw the mix of tyre compounds now. Actually, as you can see on screen there, ladies and gentlemen, everybody out on wets, no surprise. But yeah, a little bit, it's been extremely clean. So we're seeing a few guys, you know, doing themselves a bit of a mischief, but they're pretty much just doing it on their own, and we are not seeing any major incidents, so to speak. So a testament to, again, the respect from all these boys out on track. And look where we are. Sean McNamara, Leon Fox over Heath Mann now. Dylan Radford, Ridley Turner, and Rian has found himself in sixth after a quick tyre stop. There, like you mentioned, J-Man, they were definitely going to wait for that pit lane to open, but literally as it did, the heavens just opened up, and it definitely changed the game, didn't it?
Yeah, and look, to be fair, you know, like hindsight's 20/20 vision, but maybe Rayhan with that little bit of a lead may have jumped a little bit early. I'm not sure would have made too much difference over Sean, Foxy and Mann and co. I think they were already, you know, playing the long game on that wet tyre. However, If we have a look at our overall, Rehan is, what is he? He is around about, so he's 12.6 seconds off the back of Turner, and then we add, just trying to get his overall.
Over the rear wing of McNamara's while you decipher that J-Man, and the spray is next level as he just wraps up a couple of the Misfits cars, actually, one on the start finish straight and another one just between turn 2 and 3, which has sort of slotted him right in amongst that little lead pack. So this is always, can be, well, a little bit awkward sometimes when you've just got some of the faster guys, a couple of slow guys thrown in there, a couple of out of position cars, let's say. And look, we know what that's all about, don't we, J-Man? Because on a Monday night we do LMU, so we've got mixed class racing with LMP cars and GT cars. And look, it always throws a cat amongst the pigeons. Who is that? Radford very sideways in behind Leon Fox there. Lucky to keep that thing ported in a straight line. The rears were well pinched up and pretty much backed it in there.
Yeah, good showing under these conditions for our 777 boys. Brad Robinson and Jordan Moss doing a good job out there at the moment. Bradley's in 13th, Mossie's in 15th, so good to see the 777 boys out there in these conditions. Not completely unfamiliar to them. I think where they've come from, they do mix it up with a little bit of weather from time to time, so they'll be relishing these conditions maybe at the moment. It's a little bit of a leveler. However, back to my point with Rehan,
yep.
Having made that stop and effectively ticked that first of that 2 CPS situation for tonight's race, for this 55-minute race, he is only around about 13 seconds off the lead of this race, having banked one of them over those boys in front. So just bear that in mind, that will probably play favourably as this one presses on. But man, the standing water now is the most we've seen, even during the practice session from when I tuned in. They haven't had to deal with this much H2O, Davo, so...
No, look, this is probably one of the wettest, if not the wettest race we probably call with the Gen 3 stuff. And what an eye-opener, and what a place to do it as well at Winton. So, yeah, a lot of standing water, and you can see them quite often avoiding it, particularly on the inside of these corners here. They'll just let the car run a little bit wider. They don't want to get up on that ripple strip. It's literally sitting in a puddle. So if it wasn't slippery enough just being wet, it is underwater.
So Will Brown, Jensen Bade still flying in formation. Davo, those two cars. Oh, I may have just jinxed Will Brown as he's incredibly wide into turn 11 that time through. Managed to gather it up, but he's going to succumb to a whole lot of pressure now from Jensen Bade. As Ridley Turner to the lane, so he was just up the road from Rehan, so option to for him to maybe get another set of tyres on.
Okay, so that was Brown off at 1. Went straight ahead at T1.
Yep.
Let's see if we can just pick up on that. Here we go. Just picks up that inside ripple strip, unsettled the car, runs straight across. Obviously, he's got Jensen as his wingman currently. So Jensen, no pressure from him, just allows him to regather. But once settled, Jensen, Mr. Nice Guy,
yeah,
is is gone away.
Yeah.
It's slot in the racer Jensen Bade there, J-Man, and sneaks past his teammate. Just look how smooth that is.
Yeah, but look how wide they are through all the way through 7, 8, 9. just completely
Yes.
wide of those puddles through that tight infield section. So it just shows that standing water really just going to upset those cars. And you get creative with the race lines here tonight.
Yeah, I think they've had to be, haven't they?
So McNamara, Davo, still out the front.
Yes.
Doing the business over Dylan Radford. Not a lot in it. And these guys trading the times, get a read on that. McNamara was across for a 34.7 last time through. Radford for 33.9. Interesting. Leonarge and Co were around. Just looking at their lap times, Davo. They were around the 35s. Was Bade, Leonarge, and Brown. Actually, so nowhere near running the pace of the leader at the moment, or second position. So that's an interesting stat that those boys up the front that stayed on the wet tyre from the start of this race, that little bit of dry running hasn't cost them anything out of those wet tyres, because they have got pace.
No, well, look, I mean, just given McNamara's gain in the first couple of laps, J-Man, as the race started there, he made some great gains. So obviously the track was wet enough offline, and this is when all the cars, and as we just watched McNamara around, that's rad. And
He saved it. He saved it, and I tell you what,
Radford.
He needs to shout Dylan Radford.
Ooh, a beer.
A couple of drinks after this one.
Because that could have been way worse. I mean, and Radford probably fared worse in that situation there, J-Man, also leaving the circuit, and now a little bit of a gap between the two of them. But look, we must praise the boys' intuition to stay or even start on the wet tyre. So nice work. There was a stage there, though, wasn't there, before that pit lane opened, where we thought, oh, God, if these guys made the right decision. And then, well, the heavens opened up and the question was mute. And these two back at it. McNamara really has his work cut out for him here. J-Man, here comes Radford with overlap. McNamara gives him space. Radford literally locked up and sideways.
Yeah, good presence of mind for Sean there to just hang around the outside there, but it's still not over. And if he can hang around the outside here, have rights down there to turn 10, and McNamara will get rights to the left-hander coming up.
The body language of these cars. Very, very sideways, these guys. To deliver, and look how close it is. Just ever so slightest tap on the back from Radford on McNamara's car there.
So good under brakes as Radford, though. You just watch him. Sean's locking the rears up every other corner, and Dylan's just driving it straight into the apex. He's, yeah, so this will play on, and I'll tell you what this is doing, though, Davo. It is inviting Heath Marn back into this, but it's also bridging the gap now to under 10 seconds now to Rehan.
Leonarge, yeah, sure. Okay, and look, we're just looking over the rear wing again of McNamara's car. Plenty of spray coming from the back of the GAMAFLARE SCNZ car. But look, very clear skies, J-Man, in the background there. Where are we going to go with this? And there's times at ticking. We are over a third of the way through this race already. 2 compulsory pit stops that Sean has done neither of.
Once again, he drives that high dry line as Radford went to the wet inside line.
Here we go. Radford inside. He's got this. He's got to stay away from that water, though. And look at McNamara. He's got the run, and then inside for the left. And look at the tail out again from Radford. It's almost a repeat of the last lap. I mean, seriously. We had him on top of Cam on the last lap. This is next level. What a great racing, J-Man.
Oh, look, traffic in play here, too. Sean covers off that inside line nicely into 11 that time through. But he's up against it because, albeit Radford's full speedway styles at the moment, he is very, very good under brakes. So.
Hey, look, he's undoubtedly quick. Both these guys, and vastly different lines taken from both these boys, and both of them making it work. So, go figure. So nice work from both of these boys, and huge respect, J-Man. The skill and the respect from both drivers is immense to get this sort of level, this quality of racing. The viewers, these guys to be applauded. J-Man is Radford. Oh my, we're looking out over the rear wing of Morris car. Wow.
He's got this, mate. He is fully in tune with the opposite lock situation.
Man, that is great to watch. Oh, and Shorty giving it a bit of a tickle as well.
Bit of an expression session out there for these two boys up the front.
Oh dear! Oh, look, I'm amazed. Okay, we're going to go just sneak back to Leonard's. You did mention Leonard's. Leonard's. J-Man. So still not that far behind these boys.
Where is Will Brown too?
Particularly with the battle going on. Where is Will Brown? Good question. In 7th there.
Okay, he's there, but I think so. Leon Fox is the one that's sort of just, crept in there as well. So separating those two cars now. So he's obviously on a strategy, but oh man, I tell you what, there is some great racing going on throughout the pack. Just trying to see where Brad Robinson is now as well, because Jordan Moss is a long way up, so I'm wondering if Robinson has actually made a stop.
Oh yeah, because he was leading over Jordan by a couple of positions earlier, so let us get up.
Yeah, so he has.
Pit lane time, not the pit lap, no, not that. Pit stops, here we go. I'll click the right button here, and we've got cameras on Leon Fox, and Leon Fox around again, J-Man. So Pepperell through. I suspect Pepperell stopped as well. Obviously, there's some of the boys that started on the dry tyre will have already stopped. So, but like you asked, J-Man, Jordan Moss with no stops. And did you say Robinson had? Yes, he has.
Yeah, Leonard just gone through on Heathman as well, so that's another positional gain. And that bridges the gap to just under 9 seconds now, up to Radford and McNamara. So still on the hunt is the GAMAFLARE Sky 83 car of Rian Leonard. So he is on a mission at the moment. And who is that? That looked to be, I was just trying to pick up. So that was mentioned Will Brown through on Leon Fox by way of Foxy having a moment.
Yep. Now, Pepperell passed there, I think just legitimately there.
Yep.
So I think that was down, start, finish straight again. We see Fox there, very sideways. We just pick up on that replay there, J-Man, very sideways as we lead into that footage. And Pepperell easily getting it done in the Chevy there over Fox. So Pepperell's on the slow climb back, as is Brown, Babe, Leonard, all these boys starting on the dry tyre here tonight.
Yeah, so do we see, obviously, just under 27 minutes remaining with the second and final stop. So these guys try and stretch this out for as long as they can on this wet tyre, and then bolt on a dry tyre for the run home. And then just thinking about how quickly that rain came in last time, Davo, could be a real upset at the back end of this one. Hard to predict.
Yeah, I would love to have tyre temps in our data. We don't, but we would love it. Shawnee has pulled away from Radford there over the last couple of laps. And if you actually look closely, just every now and then back a shot, you can actually see GAMAFLARE SCNZ car of Rian Leonage there. So he is not too far behind Radford. Shorty's really got to stay focused here. And look, and we've seen it before, do they just do back-to-back pit stops? Or with the potential, you know, weather conditions, does he just go, oh, we'll do one and just see how the weather pans out?
Yeah, I think just looking at it, we are starting to see some movement. Obviously, Jordan Moss came in to the lane, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes back out in relation to Brad Robinson. Okay, so he's still in the lane. It's quite the stop.
Yeah, so where are we? We're pretty much halfway here.
Yep.
So we're seeing a quick flurry of pit stops. No surprise. Sean McNamara just picking up, who is leading the race in one of the GAMAFLARE SCNZ cars. Just picking up a out of position car there, and sort of got it done in a nice spot too, J-Man, which is critical. We do talk about this a lot. We do stream some multi-class racing, and where they find themselves coming up on these out of position cars or these slower vehicles is critical, isn't it, to their...
Yeah, it is, and actually Radford did a nice job. That's Daryl Callahan that they've just slid on through there as well. So just get a read on that, because Callahan, very good operator.
Absolutely. And I think started well in the race, but not sure what tyre he may have started on, J-Man. So I wonder if he's one that's already... Well, he's definitely been through the pit lane there, because we can see that on our tower. Actually, we'll get...
Yeah, I'm not sure what the numbers are on Callahan, though, because he's not really giving me too much information on his pit stop, actually.
Okay, so I'm getting a 10.8 second pit stop, and he has done one of. So,
okay.
And let's just bring up the gains there. So Callahan is still up 5 positions on his qualifying. So well done.
So Radford's still keeping in check with McNamara at the moment. 1.5 seconds is the margin. You can see him just up ahead there. Sure, when they get close to each other, they'll start going sideways again.
Well, we hope so.
And Ray Hahn's got them very much in shot. You mentioned about looking backward, and you could see him. So he's approaching Callahan now as well. So coming up through 5 into 6 rollover corner here, heading into this infield, this tighter section, and Ray Hahn tucks it down. Actually, Callahan did a nice job just reading that and just staying a little wide of the apex, letting the 3rd position car, Ray Hahn, through. So based on the times, 33.8 last time through for McNamara, 33.2 for Radford, and a 32.6 for Ray Hahn. So I tell you what, he is coming at a good amount of pace. You may even look to maybe, if he gets to the back of them, do a second and final pit stop for the night and run this thing home, depending on what the weather looks like.
Well, it's the weather that's up in the air. Excuse me. It just comes out as we just see. Big slip from McNamara. He's vulnerable here. There's Radford going for the inside into 2. Well, he's going to have this. So McNamara too heavy on the loud pedal. Oh, again! Now this little fight here, you watch how quick Leonage comes up on this fight. Gets it done. Yeah. So that was purely a little bit of over exuberance there from Mr. McNamara out of the final corner there. Bit of a slip, but no taking nothing away from Dylan Radford's look, taking advantage of it there, and now in front. Does he? Oh man, these guys are hard to watch. They look so just on the edge of literally binning it, and they carry on. Don't have to look too far back now to see Rian's car, the number 79 Mustang there. So, is there team orders, J-Man? I bet you there is.
Look, I think it's just nice to see them both out on track together.
Totally. And look, but we've got the Bade and Brown in the 888 cars.
GAMAFLARE cars are in.
Both GAMAFLARE cars or the McNamara car? Oh, both. There you go.
Yep. So, this will be the second and final stop.
For Rian.
Great job from Sean to run it out for as long as he has.
And, yeah, and like I was just mentioning, teammates again in Bade and Brown. Maybe not so as close together as Brown. Just sneaks past. I think that was one of the 777 cars coming out of the pit lane. They're very close. But yeah, a couple of teammates again in Bade and Brown running in, well, formation, so to speak, in second and third, respectively, for those two boys. Yep. Do we see Dylan Radford cover that pit stop off, J-Man?
Oh, you would expect so. You would expect so. Just looking at that, McNamara has come out behind Rayhan. So he's come out in a good position. He is around about, what is he? Okay, so he's around about 6.5 seconds off the back of Rayhan now. So that was a good stop.
Radford in, J-Man. Okay, so we do have the pit times up there for McNamara. McNamara with a 17.8 second pit stop over Rian's 10.6. Jensen Bade crash. What have we got going on here?
He's in pit lane.
Oh, it's the pit lane. It's a little pit lane bug on our data here. Just as they duck off the track, it pulls it up as a crashed vehicle.
Radford coming out. So look for McNamara. As Radford comes out, McNamara's coming into turn 11 as we speak. Oh, McNamara coming. He's back to back in this. You mentioned it earlier.
Yep. So, and
he's on a wet tyre. Does he put another wet on, or does he put a dry on for the run home? Is he brave?
Is he brave?
Is it dry enough? It doesn't look dry enough at this point.
Well, it doesn't, but the sun is shining and the skies are relatively clear. J-Man, Radford, now, look, does he cover that pit stop off? Radford's just come out of the pit lane, actually snagging up a little bit with the one of the out of position cars there. So probably not ideal. That's Edgar in front of his as well, but in these conditions I can't see him making too much ground on Edgar. So yeah, just coming out beside that Motec car there in, I'm not sure who that is, J-Man, and look, oh, there's Edgar. Ooh, that could have gone bad. So do we see Radford cover off back to back it? We've just seen Shaw Tomorrow. Where does he come out? What tyre does he have on, J-Man? Let us tell you, he's still got the wets on, but a fresh set, mind you.
So Radford straight back in the lane. So he knows who he's racing, Davo. He 100% knows who he is racing.
Absolutely. So this will be the one to watch. We want to see where Radford comes out. Suspect, oh, there goes Leonage already. Bam, such a quick pit stop for Rian. Tucked in behind Edgar there now. Is it Edgar actually? Don't think.
I believe
it is Edgar, yes. Yep. Sorry, the 22 car there.
He looks comfy out there at the moment, Rayan. He's lapping very, very good laps at the moment as he slides down the inside.
Here comes Radford. Sneaks out right. I think that's Leon Fox there. Hey man, very close into one. He's going to have to yield, or does he? These guys,
a little bit of contact.
And he's still slipping and sliding. Where's McNamara? I can see him, I think, back a shot, well back a shot. Coming out of 2 now. So, good gain from Radford there, J-Man.
Yeah, wow. It was a good game, definitely. It's a quick stop.
He does have some work to do, though, with the likes of Fox. Fox, are we getting a blue fade? Is it? No, it's Banks. That is Banks.
Yeah, and it's for position at the moment.
I might have called him as Leon Fox earlier as well, and excuse me. Excuse me.
Banks only on a 1 stopper at the moment, though, according to my data. Is that correct, David?
Okay, there you go. Let us have a quick sneaky peek. Banks on 1 stop. You are correct, as is Will Brown.
Yeah, he's in for his second and final stop of the night, so all's up, and this will be interesting to see where he comes out in relation to, I guess, Radford and Banks. Banks been on the 1 stop.
Banks is going
He peels away.
Yeah.
Radford around. Brownie's coming out, so covers that off for P4. Pepperell, though, he is in the lead of this race. He is on a 1 stop at the moment. Still got 1 more to do, and that's going to relinquish the lead back to Rayhan over Baden Brown. So, familiar sight there from the start of the race.
Well,
before the rain. Got some support on the chat box there for Mandela Clark. We'll just touch base to see how Mandela's going. He's just coming through turn 11 and just grabs, I think that was, not sure who that was just coming in. Maybe it was, just couldn't quite see who that was. Must have been one of the back markers coming in. So Mandela Clark, P12.
Yeah, so he's just actually just come down. There's Banks.
Up on Banks.
Banks just exiting the pit lane there. Pluck's going to get him here, J-Man, easily into 3 there. Oh, still very deep. You can see the car really struggling to turn. Bit of a 4-wheel drift into 3. Keeps it together. Nice work from Mandela. Still plenty of spray coming off the back of these cars. Pretty much the whole field. Oh, well, I think there is. We could bring it up here. What have we got? Tyre compounds. Let's bring that up on the list for everybody to have a look. But yeah, look, I would suspect everyone on wets with a very, very damp circuit still. Most of the field done their required CPSs so far, J-Man, and the field has, well, except for, was it Pepperell, I think you called? Hadn't stopped yet.
Pepperell, according to my data, is only on a 1 stop at the moment. Yeah. So, but don't trust mine. I think you and I still got to have a sit down. And I want your data, because I think yours is slightly more accurate than mine when it comes to pit stops.
Let's throw that up there just quickly for the viewing public here. So we've got Leon Fox, Blake Greenhall, and yes, Russell Pepperell yet to pit out of the top 10 there. Then if we go back a little bit further, also Callahan still unpitted. So there's only 4 odd cars out there, J-Man, at present that have not pitted. And as we talk, as we mentioned that, 2 of those said drivers sneaked their way into the pit lane in Darryl Callahan and Russell Pepperell. Where is Riyadh? There he goes, blasting past immediately. And look, he really has hardly, or if not at all, set a foot wrong in some pretty sketchy conditions here tonight. Rayhan, bit of a bloody wet weather master here, J-Man. He's doing a stellar job.
Yeah, he does. He does look comfy, and Bade's doing a nice job now, settling in here into second position. He has got around about 8, just under 9 seconds up the road to Rayhan, and he's got a nice 15-second gap over his teammate. So he certainly pulled some margin, Will Brown, once that was done. And Pepperell did a nice job too to slot back in to P4. Now that, importantly, is in front of Radford and McNamara, who were on the alternate strategy here, running that wet tyre through that early stages and pressed on with it. So back to backing those boys with their stops.
Yeah, just looking at that, we're looking over the rear wing of Will Brown's car there. Clearly that is Pepperell right behind him. But is that Dylan Radford? Just
not too far
not
back,
too far behind there. So this is well, what have we got? 10 minutes odd left in this race.
Yeah, 10.5 minutes remaining, and still with very much a drying track. So can I ask a little bit of these tyres? Minute and a half odd a lap. It was proper wet out there, but we will start to see a dry line forming in the next 3 laps, I would think. I can already see one through turns 11 and then coming into 12. Clear line there with no water on it.
Yeah, unlike 1, 2 and 3, where even with the cars very much online, a lot of spray still coming off the back of these cars here, J-Man. It's not until, I think you're right, if it gets a little bit further down the back of the circuit, might dry ever so slightly. But let's get a look up again at the body end of the field here. Rianla J-Man with a good healthy lead, 2 spots up on his qualifying time. 2, mind you. Jetson Bade, currently running where he started in second position. William Brown up a position. Pepperell is probably the loser out of those top handful of drivers there, down 3 positions. Dylan Radford, J-Man, and Noah Kitcher. Dylan up 18 positions and Noah Kitcher up, what is it? Am I reading that right? 24 positions for Kitcher. That man on screen.
Can you just check the pit stops for Kitcher for us, though?
Okay. We
little
will
discrepancy there for me, whether he's just on a 1 stop at this point in the 97 car.
Kitcher has had 2 stops.
Okay. Too bad,
Well.
SDK.
And Stella, job so far. Are they both compulsory pit stops, J-Man? That I can't tell you. So 2 possibly vastly different things. But Kitcher up on my data 24 positions, viewers. Stellar stuff. But like J-Man was mentioning here, just down the back end of the circuit here, in the final sector, looking very dry, but as they sort of move up into the first sector of the lap here across the start finish line, and you can see it visually, but still a lot of spray coming off these cars, J-Man. So clearly still testing conditions for the boys.
I'll tell you what, Russell Pepperell has got a whole lot of Dylan Radford to think about. Oh, hang on. Is he? No, sorry. It's Will Brown.
It's Will Brown.
It's Will Brown.
It's Will Brown. He's... We just picked up the roof cam of Mr. Russell Pepperell. Oh,
Here's a run.
Will, so tentative under brakes there. Ran wide. Oh, Pepperell had to avoid him. I think Brown braked early like he did the corner before. Pepperell was ill prepared, had to put the car off the track to avoid some contact. There it is, or the aftermath of it, right at the pit entry there. Probably luckily for Russell there too, J-Man. Gets a little bit of tarmac to get that car pointing back in the right direction and back on track. Quick, smart. But Brown not looking happy. That car at the moment, particularly with a mirror full of Pepperell at the moment. Let's just get over the rear wing of Will Brown's car And let's have a look at what he's... Look at the gain from Pepperell there, just in one corner. Immense. 4 car lengths, easily, maybe 5.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely playing the strong suit for this final part of the race. He is right there, and I'll tell you what, Brownie's got a job to do to hold the 750 car back.
Oh, that's a massive job, just looking at the sheer pace from Pepperell at the moment. A car's definitely come on the back end of this race. Brown's
Big slide
it's gone
again
away.
for Brownie.
Look at the car control, J-Man. There's not a lot of driving aids in these things. These guys just wicking it up. And then they're gonna stop the big bugger. You know, that's where a lot of the problems can lie. And Brown, we saw it on the last lap, he's actually a lot tidier this lap, just gone. A lot tidier, keeping that car straighter. But Pepperell has not gone away, and again, ever so.
See the dry line forming now, viewers. It is definitely there. A lot less spray through those drying parts of the racetrack. You can see it now.
Oh, look, Pepperell's got no spray anyway because he's he's over the top of it. He is so close to the back of William Brown's car. It is immense as we just get a bit of chopper cam vision there, viewers, and you can clearly see, like J-Man mentioned there, dry lines on certain sections of the circuit. But very handy stuff from all drivers here tonight. It's been a very tidy race, very clean start. Here comes Pepperell showing the nose.
He showed it down there once again, but understand then that immediately turns into oversteer for Will Brown. Now,
here we go.
Pepperell was in this position 2 laps ago, and it nearly cost him a rotation. Can he get the over-under here? Yes, he can.
What? Look at that. That is 101 switchback J-Man from Pepperell. Yep. What a move. Let's get a bit of chopper cam of this. Here we go. These replays could probably rewind a little bit further. That would be awesome. Russell Pepperell past Will Brown. Brown's probably just thinking, oh, I'm glad that's over. I mean, he's lost a position, but I mean the pressure, J-Man. But he, off the podium there now for Will Brown as Pepperell. Now up another position. Where is Mr. Radford? We'll go back to our newfound friend, Dylan Radford, actually. He has done a bloody stellar night tonight. Job tonight, J-Man, and has he put on a show between him and Sean McNamara? Oh, man, that was half the show right there from those two boys. So Sean and Dylan, 5th and 6th respectively. Actually, Sean just tucked up behind a out of position car. I'm sure who will be getting a blue flag. Shorty's probably just reminding him, Blake Greenhall, is it?
Blake Greenhall, yeah, and he's certainly fighting for it.
Come on, Blake, it's not for position. He'll get a wrap over the knuckles if he's not careful there. But he's going to pursue it. All the... And forces McNamara wide. That final complex, Sean eventually passed. We are ticking. Time is a ticking, J-Man. I tell ya, the sun is now shining. The track is drying, but we have literally got 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to run here. J-Man, round 2 in the SCNZ 2026 V8 Supercar Winter Series from Winton. Broadcast to you live by Matchfit Entertainment. Davo and J-Man on the mics as always. And what a race it's been, viewers.
Yeah, Stephen Banks here with the move. Sorry, Davo. And I tell you what, Mandela Pluck covering, going to the inside, making him work hard for it. This is for 9th and 10th, Davo. And it's been going on for a little bit. Mandela had a little bit of margin, but as this track's drying, we're seeing some of the attitude of these cars not responding as well to it. And I think definitely Pepperell over Brown, that was a classic example. His car was certainly working better in these mixed conditions.
Yes, let's call it that. Whatever he said. So we are winding down J-Man. Oh, let's get back to that because that is definitely not over. That is that Mandela block with a Banks at it still. That is definitely going to go down to the wire. Actually, a little bit of a gap now from Plucky, so he's just got a little bit of breathing space now. And we are going to see this wrap, I suspect, J-Man, at the end of this lap here with only about 5 seconds to go on the clock. Rian coming down to the final complex of corners here. Rian Leonage up a couple of positions from his qualifying here. Started on a dry tyre, as did a few of the top 10 guys. But makes it work here tonight at Winton for round 2 in the SCNZ 2026 V8 Supercar Winner Series.
Yeah, did it with good margin in the end over Jensen. Jensen Bade, and then Russell Pepperell.
Yeah, old Rusty Pepperell, J-Man, he's put on a bit of a show tonight, and an up and down race for Pepperell. Down a couple of positions on his qualifying. Obviously up the pointy end at the start, but went back very quickly at the start of the race. On the drive,
he recovered nicely.
He has recovered nicely. William Brown finishing where he started in 4th position, so nice work from Will. Just to keep his head down, his backside up and stay out of trouble. Dylan Radford in 5th. Sean McNamara. Dylan Radford and Sean McNamara, I put the best show of the race on. So, yes, stand up. Golf claps all around for you two boys. Noah Kitcher, as he drifts it across the line, J-Man, 24 positions up. And just mind you, Dylan Radford, 18 positions up from his starting position. Ridley Turner in 8th, and Mandela Pluck and Steve Banks. Wow! We did cut away from that to watch the boys come across the line, but that went down to the wire there with Plucky there just over Stephen Banks in the air. Wow, that was tight. So that's the top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, good battle. Very, very good battle right throughout the field.
We've got about 10 up our sleeve, J-Man. What do we got going on? We got to get the boys. Hopefully the boys will come down and talk to us tonight. But while we're waiting, we'll call out a few more of these drivers. Obviously, Heath Parlett, Leon Fox in 11th and 12th. Heath Marr in 13th. Then Miles Burgess, Luke Munro, Shane Edgar, Terry Russell, Brad Robinson actually in 18th, nice work. Thomas McCall and Michael Gunstone rounding out the top 20, and the list does definitely go on, viewers. There was about 36 odd on grid here tonight, so awesome work from all those boys. And
waiting room is full, so I'm going to rip into it, Davo.
Let's do that. Let's just do that.
Yep. So we'll grab 3rd place getter and the pole sitter from the start. Russell, you got us on comms?
G'day, how's it going?
G'day, mate. It's been a minute, but always a pleasure to have you down here in the booth, mate. And look, straight off the bat, straight off the rip, mega qualifying lap, mate. Saw you grab the top spot over some pretty elite competition as well, mate. So clearly deserved to be there tonight. And got a little bit of, it was like a deck of cards at the start, Russell, and got shuffled back a bit, but come good in the back end, mate. Heaps of pace.
Yeah, thanks. Good to get the quali lap in. I think it was a bit of a curse for the race start, though, right? It's wet side of the road.
It's looking like that. Just we're watching the
Yeah,
replay there on screen at the moment, and you did lose a couple of positions, I think, before turn 3.
Yeah, no, that start was hard work, and it was definitely hard work making that, making the slick work in the wet in order to get to the pit window. But hey, once we got there, car was pretty good. Pace was pretty decent.
And no doubts at any point in between that stop, that CPS 1 and CPS 2 on the wet tyre was always the option to run it out home. That track was just too wet for a dry tyre to run that last stint home, Russell.
Yeah, no, I was keeping an eye on the track state, and it didn't look like it was going to drop into the right window for slicks. And then even if it did, you'd be going offline to pass people. It'd just be death. So
Yep.
take the lead. No risk option.
Yeah. Pass of the race though, mate. Textbook 101 over under. Turns 11 and 12, mate. Beautifully set up because you were searching, and Brownie wasn't giving you too much option, mate. Covering up into 3 a couple of times, and you were searching. We could see it, but put the move on and made it stick and drove away. So beautiful work, man.
Thank you.
It was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome to watch.
So great way to start the season. Russell Pepperell grabs a podium. So look, I think it bodes well. Good stack field too, Russell. So well done, mate, and congrats on the podium. Anyone you want to give a shout out before we let you go?
Oh, I've got to give a shout out to the usual crew: Trans-Tasman Racing, VRS, Simrigs.com. Thanks very much.
Awesome.
Nice work.
Thank you,
Nice
Russell.
work, mate. All right.
Well
I
done.
expect you to be a regular, mate, with a performance like that in tricky conditions, mate. Good stuff.
No pressure, Russell.
Yeah, no pressure.
We'll talk to you next week.
Cheers, guys.
See you,
Cheers,
mate.
mate. There you go. That is Russell Pepperell and Hugh Jensen Bade. Now, it's ironic that the way that the race started, that we ended up getting the podium we got. You got us there, Jensen?
Yeah, I got you.
Mate, good battles throughout the race. I tell you what, mixed bag of conditions, mate. I don't know how you boys read that sort of stuff, but look, pretty epic at the start. Then the rain queued in. Were you worried at all about McNamara and Radford at any point, or could you sort of see that the margin was going to come back to you?
Well, we stopped like really early on because I think we started on slicks and they were on the wets. And then they would have needed to do their 2 pit stops anyway. So when we were like 15 seconds behind, we had a pit stop in hand. So then eventually we gained a bit of time and they did their second stop and it all came back to us near the end there.
But you had to wait for the pit lane to open, didn't you, to get that done?
we were losing like 10 seconds a lap at one point.
we were watching. It was like hard to watch, mate.
And just talk to us, and obviously the viewers tuning in live as well, a bit, you know, what, obviously yourself and Brownie, you know, you're going out at tricky conditions, you know, I'm sure sometimes when you come into these corners, you get a big dose of understeer and then a dose of oversteer on the exit, and that you're racing incredibly close to one of your team cars. Are you guys chatting away at this sort of stuff live, or are you just sort of feeling it out? And you know, because it looked like it was a pretty fair battle out there between you two for a bit.
Yeah, usually we're chatting, and we were chatting. So at one point he kind of missed turn 1 and then went off. So then,
yes.
Saw that.
yeah, so then I was just let him know if I could get by, and he was like, sure. So I got by around the first hairpin, and then it was all good from there.
Good stuff, mate. Well, like I just said also to Russell, it's a great way to kick off the winter campaign, mate, straight to the podium, and you look good out there tonight. Look, a very, very safe set of hands in second position tonight, so well done, Jensen, and if you want to shout out your sponsors, your supporters, mate, go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks for that. Obviously, thank you to Phoenix Racing Team and all their sponsors, AAA Excavation and Landscaping, Hybrid Racing Simulations, GAMAFLARE, DHF Tyres, RSW Graphics, Aramix Heatherton, Bubbles and Balloons, and Phoenix Driver Development.
Awesome, mate.
Lovely.
Well done, Jensen, mate. And I get the impression we're going to get to talk to you a fair bit throughout the season based on that performance, man. So well
Yeah,
done, bud.
hopefully. Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Nice
so
work, Jensen. We might even be talking to him on Sunday afternoon, J-Man. You know that.
Wow, he certainly puts his name in the hat.
Okay, we got under 3 minutes to go. Come on, let's crack it.
Yeah, well, we always get Rayhan.
Oh, I know. Come
time constraints as well. Rayhan, you got us on comms.
Yes, I'm here.
G'day,
mate. Challenge at the start. Obviously, trying conditions, but seriously, mate, from when that you cycled into your pit stops and you had that one stop up your sleeve over the likes of Radford and McNamara, you really made it look. I think Davo commented 3/4 way through the race saying that, look, we didn't look like we saw any mistakes from you. Looked super comfy out there. Work got into your work nicely mid phase of the race, Rayhan, and just drove away. And any thoughts about the dry tyre at any point? I got to ask the question for the second stop.
Yes,
it was
please.
Pretty much wets.
Yes, definitely wets in that second stop. It was very, very challenging with the like starting on dries or wets, and then rain coming in at the very end of that that dry stint at the start. I think a couple people, even I, went off on pit entry. I think that was probably my only mistake of the night. I think otherwise, I felt like I drove pretty well. I think Jensen had a little more pace on the wet tyres than me, but he made a few extra mistakes, and that was just the main difference. So yeah, it was just about surviving, and that clearly worked pretty well.
Yeah, awesome stuff, mate.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. And
Great to watch.
like I said to the two boys before you, great way to kick off the campaign for the Winter Series, Rayhan. And mate, looking forward to the series after what we just saw. The quality of the field is very, very good, and yeah, congrats, mate. And obviously an opportunity to shout out all the good people that support you as well right now.
Yeah, I'd like to thank GAMAFLARE, Matchfit Entertainment, the Broadcasting Lounge, Sky TV Channel 83, Hybrid Racing Simulations, the Phoenix guys for putting in the work. Dutchy made a really good setup this week, which I think most of us were on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you guys for putting on the show.
Awesome, mate. Well done, Rayhan. And man, tell you what, I wouldn't mind talking to you again this time on Sunday.
Maybe.
Yeah, go well on Sunday, mate. We're rooting for you. Obviously, you're flying the right colours, so yeah, well done, Rayhan. Beautiful.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Yes. There you go, Dave. I'm pretty sure I've given it to you with about 2.5 minutes to go. Or
Maybe a minute. Yeah, no, that's okay. No, look, thank you. And thank you all those boys, actually, for just jumping into the waiting room. Just quick smart for us, too. We are usually strapped for time. Particularly in the enduro rounds, J-Man. It does drag on a little bit. But look, thank you, J-Man, and thank you to all of the guys that have just delivered the entertainment here tonight. The Supercars NZ drivers. What a show, and what a show to pretty much kick the season off. First points round for the Winter Series here in the SCNZ 2026 V8 Supercars. Here at Winton, J-Man, we've got a big weekend coming up. Like we've mentioned a couple of times with the Magello 450. If you are a Matchfit Entertainment watcher, please hit the like, subscribe, and your notifications so you don't miss out on that broadcast. And I'm sure all our Sky viewers, and hello to you again, that will possibly be tuning in because I think we're live on Sky 83 as well on Sunday afternoon. So, thank you, viewers, again. We are heading off to, let's just have a quick look at the calendar before I run away here. Long Beach Street Circuit for next week's round. We will see you all again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for the Porsche Cups. Ladies and gentlemen, bye for now.